Welcome to part 2 of our first couple weeks at the farm, our new farm in Georgia. If you missed our other video where we talked about how we got the farm, what it was like when we first moved in,
cat pooping on top of cabinets,
some fun stories, then click the link at the end of the video or in the description. It's a beautiful first morning on the farm. I had to come back to the RV to get some cereal bowls for the boys, and so I just loaded up this bag with plates and spoons and bowls, and then this was in the sink from our travel day, our onions and garlic, so I grabbed that too. But yeah, it's so peaceful here in the morning. Hear the birds chirping. Let's see if you can hear. So pretty. And we have no blinds on our windows right now, so we were able to wake up with the sun. That was nice. But yeah, ready for another day of cleaning and moving in.
When we came and saw the house and the property for the first time, they had 3 horses on the side pasture here. They overgrazed. They overgrazed the pastures quite a bit, which allowed for some terrible weed growth.
Lots of weeds.
Yep, they didn't really take care of anything. There were probably 4 or 5 different types of fencing, from welded wire to barbed wire to cattle panels that were disintegrating and falling apart.
Old electrified fences.
There's one paddock that I'm in the midst of now, so we're 3 weeks into it now, that I'm removing, that has, I think it's some sort of goat wire. They have that, they have the welded wire, then they have barbed wire around it, and then they also have electrified fencing within that, about a foot in.
So originally we thought that this might have been for pigs or something like that, because they have this electric wire about a few feet in from this barbed wire and woven wire fence here. And so normally with pigs, that's what you would do, is you'd create a mental barrier with the electric fence, and then you'd have a physical barrier. But actually the lady who owned this property before us said that she had her Great Dane in there. So I guess he was a escapee maybe, and tried to always get out. But I mean, she had this real like Jurassic Park up in here with all the electric fencing.
The first few weeks, maybe even the first few months, is going to be removing all of that and undoing what has been done to the land for the past 60 years.
Anyway, so our pastures are full of hairy buttercup, which is those little yellow flowers, which animals don't like to eat
because they're bitter.
Yeah, nothing really likes to eat it. And then curly dock, which is toxic, and they grow real tall.
They grow real tall, seed, and they grow roots that look like carrots.
Yeah,
it looks like a carrot under the ground.
And since we don't want to spray like glyphosate, or we want to do things regeneratively, we were going out there and just trying to with a shovel, pulling them by hand.
So the tricky part with going out there with a shovel and pulling this curly dock by hand is it will leave a divot the size of like
basketball.
Yeah, and the whole front of our pasture is just divoted now. I think improving the health of our soil, it's probably pretty acidic, so by adding lime should hopefully help. But we're going to be doing a soil analysis on all of our different pasture areas and our gardens. We'll be doing that and seeing what happens. I mean, if it ends up being real acidic, then just by adding lime, that might help cut down on the weed load. So that was the first few days, is what we spent doing that, outside of whatever we did to the house. And
also pruned some of the trees, like the apple tree had these massive suckers that had come from the rootstock that were just overtaking the tree. So we cut those off, and now it looks like a cute little apple tree again.
It is. Yep. I ended up getting a Branson 2515H hydrostatic 25 horsepower tractor. Got it with a backhoe, got it with a bush hog. Bush hog was the most important thing to me. Got it with a box blade and a front end loader, quick attach.
And a canopy.
Gosh, that canopy really comes in handy. And so wanted the bush hog mainly just so I could get the front bush hog down, give the grass a chance to catch up, since we have no livestock or farm animals right now grazing on it. And we were able to get that about, I'd say about 10 to 12 days after living here. We got that delivered. Ordered a couple pallet forks for it too, which I think I use more the pallet forks more than I use the front end loader.
Yeah, for like removing fence T-posts and stuff.
And then we also got a bad boy 0-turn mower.
And so that same day you taught Ollie how
to use it. What I didn't realize is that we've got so much barbed wire around here and so many blackberry bushes that in the first 2 days of use, we had 3 flat tires. So 2 sidewall punctures, which I think are from barbed wire. They just look like slices. And then 1 underneath. Patch plugged them all, just went locally, and then I started just doing them myself. And now we've had it for about 10 to 12 days, and we've now added another one. Just did one yesterday. And so we have now plugged it 4 times. See that? So air is escaping from the tire, which means we've got a small little pinhole leak. So this, we can still go 0 turn the whole pasture, and you'd still have air in the tire. But after a few hours, it'll depress.
I'll breathe this in until I'll be like,
That's helium. It doesn't do it for regular air. It's not a balloon. Oh, there you go.
Gotta push. All your might. Put all your weight on it. There you go. Okay. Now we're gonna ream it out. So, yep. Twist it back and forth. And pull it in and out fast. Oh. There you go. Yep. Easier to see the hole. Okay, so it's been reamed out. Next up, we're gonna use these guys. These are plugs. So you pull it out just like that.
Weird looking.
Yeah, it's got like a rubber cement on it.
It looks like rusty.
is it rust?
No, it's not rust. It's kind of like a glue. And what we need to do is we need to flatten down one side of it.
Is that the patch?
You put that whole thing in there?
Yep. So what you do, is you're gonna put it through here, thread it like a needle. Okay. Pull it through, and you only pull about half. Just like that. Okay. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold it, and you're gonna push it through. Okay, ready? You're gonna go until only maybe a quarter is sticking out. Quarter, maybe half an inch. There you go. So now we're through. Stick it out to about right there. How's that look? Good?
A little further.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay. And now what we do, spread this on either side. Let's go a little bit more. Spread this on either side. We're going to shove this down. Okay, Oliver.
Pull it up.
Yep, hold on. Go. Pull. Go. Yep, you're good. There you go. So what it does is you shove it down, right? So it's like a V shaped going down. You shove it down, then you pull the middle up, and so it replugs that middle that you just stretched open. So there's actually, if you think about it, you've got the 2 outside areas, and then you've got the plug in the middle. So it's entirely plugged up. So you keep
and
that
then it
push
just
down.
Stays like that?
It kind of just molds itself to the thing.
Interesting. But taught both boys how to mow. Oliver yesterday mowed the front pasture, and then Grayson mowed the side and the back pasture. So
the boys are enjoying that. So I got myself in a bit of a predicament. Was running the 0 turn around the perimeter of our back pond, and there's a metal culvert that I thought I had a little bit more room on, and I didn't. So I lost traction in one wheel. Thankfully it didn't go over the ledge, plus we had the ropes or whatever they're called, and I had my seatbelt on. But now we're gonna, as a family, try and get this out. I'm not sure how successful it will be. Might go over the ledge. We're about to find out.
No, I'll go over the ledge.
No, you'll be seat belted in.
I know.
But we need somebody light enough that knows how to run the 0 turn to sit in the seat to be able to, because there's a cutoff sensor, and I'm too heavy, and I'll be helping from the back. So Oliver knows how to run the 0 turn, so we're gonna have him in the seat, and then slowly try and
It's something every day with the 0 turn. We've
had two flat tires. We've only had the 0 turn 2 days. We've had 2 flat tires, 1 on each side. Now we've gotten it stuck, and here's our cool pond. There's Oliver with a chain, so we're about to see how this goes. I would get the tractor back here, but I don't think I can.
Yeah, we don't want that going in the
I don't want that going over either, so.
Yeah, we can't.
All right, here we go. Let's give it a shot.
So this is the narrow area. Here's the pond, and over here is a drop-off, okay? So the drop-off starts like right here. These bushes are down, okay? It's not level. So he was driving it along here and got stuck right here in this culvert. So his back tire was stuck there, and so we had to pull. Oliver was sitting on it and it was like tilted sideways. We had to pull him out that way. Pretty scary, but because that just goes down. So if he would have fallen in, oh boy. And then on this side, if he would have gone too far back, he would have ended up in the pond. So that was our adventure for today.
Just got the call. Our laying hens chicks came via post office. So I'm about to go tell the boys. Let's see how that goes. Guess what came in the mail?
Yes.
Yes, sir. You excited? All right, well, get ready to go. We'll go get them. There they are.
There you go.
All right. Thank you.
You have a good night.
Yep, you too.
This is 25 chicks. No, 27. Remember this is the 2 extra?
Yeah, we might get an extra one or two. All right, come on.
That's exciting.
I see them.
All right.
Can you see him?
They're little fluff balls. Oh my gosh, I see one of their beaks. One's looking at. Oh look! His little furry butt.
Okay, so we ordered 26 chicks. I just checked, and they should have added a 27th. So let's see how many are alive.
Oh, I thought we only had 25.
No, we ordered 26. I think 24 hens, 2 different roosters. I think the roosters we want for blue egg layer.
Yeah,
roosters.
Americana.
1 Americana, 1 blue lightning or
Whiting.
or something like
Yeah.
that. And then all the rest should be hens outside of the free chick, which I guess we'll know.
No, there was one unsexed. We got 2, didn't we? Yeah, one was unsexed.
So we might end up with 3 roosters. So we'll see.
Or 4.
We'll see with the health of them. Add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Wash this up. Had the boys wash their hands before they handle them.
We already did.
Yeah, he's saying you did.
Yep. Put the water down as it slowly comes out. Trying to keep them catty corner, I guess. Does that work?
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna dip their beak
Into the water.
into the water so they know where their water is.
That you.
Learned all this on YouTube, of course. Oh my goodness. They are all. Look at them. Look at all the different ones.
That is not
A variety.
We must have gotten 6 or 8 different.
There's gray
Okay,
ones.
here, I'll get it for you, bud. All right.
They're
there
so
we go.
cute. I want to hold that brown one.
Okay, so we're gonna do. Okay, you can hold the
No,
brown one.
no, I want that one. I want that one.
I get it.
You
So
can
I'm
hold
gonna do
all
that
of them.
one first one.
Is
You
it
just grab
fluffy?
them. Not hard. You just want to hold them so they can't go. Look how pretty this one is.
Hello.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? Look, we're gonna dip their beak, and then just there you go. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Here, let's get a different color. Ooh, this one's real pretty.
Yeah, I want that.
Look at that one.
That one's pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just you kind of use your thumb, dip their beak, and there you go.
Oh.
And just dip their beak. There you go. There you go.
That one's got fluffy feet.
Mm-hmm. Let me get the one that's hiding. This
Oh,
little guy
that
was
one's
hiding.
pretty. Hello. That must be one of our black Australorps.
He was hiding. He or she was hiding. There you go.
I like that black box or whatever it's called.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, look how fluffy the head is on that brown guy.
Look at this brown, pretty one. Amber colored.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
There's another amber one.
Dip.
Okay, I want to do one.
Good job, Greg. All right.
It's pecking at my phone.
What?
Pecking at my phone. That's today I figured while it was still cool in the morning, I would trim up these rose bushes that are needing some help. They have the potential to be nice, but right now they're half dead. So we're gonna trim these up and see what we get. So here's the before. See, they're trying to grow, but they've got all this dead stuff to compete with. So we're gonna trim these up and hopefully bring them back to life. And we started a compost pile.
Started a compost pile. Have no idea what we're doing there.
So we started it by the barn where there was already a ton of like horse poop left over from the previous owners. And I added like leaf cuttings and branches and, you know, food scraps that we've had. What else? Cardboard.
Joanna likes to save all the cardboard. I mean, to the extent of, I mean, there's, I'm gonna move so you can see it.
What?
Look at all this cardboard back here. And so that was over by the house originally.
Because I don't want it to go in a landfill. But we can use it in our garden beds and all that stuff.
We'd like to do some raised garden beds. I think we'll eventually try and do that, but we're in the phase of just learning our land.
Yeah,
and
we're
so
kind of overwhelmed.
With all the fences and everything up going now and having to remove it all just to kind of see where everything lays and the lay of the land and where we want to put raised garden beds or high tunnels or whatever we might want to do in the future, we have to undo it all. And so it's just going to take some time to get all that done.
Like, we have to do stuff in order of priority. I mean, a garden is a priority, but we like literally, I mean, right now there's like tons of grass and weeds and everything all over the place where we would want to put a garden. I had to clean out this barn. They had totally left it a mess with like horse poop and everything all over the place. It didn't look like that when we saw the property for the first time. I have pictures. No. And then when we got here to move in, they had just trashed it. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I ended up cleaning that up, so it looks pretty good now. And then yesterday, we widened the entrance to our driveway.
Yep. Good morning. Beautiful morning. It's about 70 degrees, and today we are getting a new concrete culvert at the front of our property. We are doing that to widen our driveway because we've got a huge 44-foot toy hauler, and we plan to have other people staying on our property in the future. And we live off a small 2-lane highway with a ditch on each side, and getting this in and getting it out is not easy. So here's the front of our property. So right now where the mini X is, you can see we've only got about 12 feet right here, and it wasn't wide enough. You can see the 2-lane highway where we currently live. And let me show you while he's doing this. Let me skip behind. We've got a 44-foot toy hauler, and we've got a ditch on this side that goes straight down, okay? And on our side, it wasn't too bad. We've got a power pole on one side, cedar on the other, which is eventually gonna get taken out. But trying to make this nice wide turn was just incredibly difficult. It was falling, so we weren't being successful. So that's why we're having it added. You can see it being dug out. While the guys are working on the culvert, I'm going to show you where we got the zero turn stuck yesterday. On the front of our property, we've got all the water runs down kind of into the middle of the property, and then there's a much larger, I think, metal culvert that goes onto the other side of the street. So here you can see it. So all the water runs down into these terrible blackberry bushes, or I guess it's a mixture, but all the water runs down here. We have our pond here, comes through, we've got a culvert that comes and dumps into here, and then it goes across the street into the neighbor's property. You can see how it dumps out nice and clean. The goal is for our side, which looks terrible, as you can see, all that is just awful looking. The goal is for that to look much nicer, like this. So eventually I think I'm gonna move all of our fencing, kind of clear it out a little bit. Because you can see now it's old fencing. Some of these T-posts gotta be 20, 30 years old, but it's just eroding, not great. So I'd like to clear this all out, Obviously, we're trying to stay chemical free, so a lot of it's just going to be ripping it all out, getting rid of all this. Most of it, I feel like, is blackberry bushes. Probably got some poison ivy down there as well. But you can see the concrete culvert right here. It's where it dumps into, and then it's just eroded from there. So I'll have to probably bring in a ton of topsoil, kind of try and level things out a little bit. You can see some erosion down there. You can see the guys working on our culvert driveway down there. I ended up getting the 0 turn stuck here yesterday. Just a little bit more mucky than we thought, and got stuck, so we ended up having to get the tractor to pull us out.
Well, got the lawnmower stuck again in the mud. So we're gonna try to get it out with the tractor.
I'm gonna slight tug. You're gonna give it some gas and try and pull it out this way, okay?
Like a lot of gas?
No, not a lot, just gentle. Look at that, like a glove. Like a glove. Here's the original driveway. You can see the original driveway went to about like right through there. Now we added 8 feet. We've got cedars on both sides. This cedar we don't really care about. It's also right next to a power pole. But this cedar is the one that's going, and that'll be so we can make nice wide turns in and out of our driveway. Sure does smell good. You quickly realize your to-do list on a homestead. You know, I'd always heard, you know, you'll always stay busy. There'll always be something to do. I guess I didn't fully comprehend it until, you know, getting here. And now it's just, there's a list that I'm not sure ever ends, nor gets shorter. We also don't want to move too fast. I think when we jumped in full bore when we first got here, and we are now learning to take it a little bit slower. I wanted to get the house done. I wanted to get the pastures done. I wanted to do all the stuff.
But we're not in a rush. Like, what's the rush?
Right.
All right, so thank you so much for listening to our long talk. Hope you will continue to follow along with us on this adventure of farming and homesteading.
For people that have never done either.
Yes, we will. We are definitely first timers. So,
Yep. Never owned a chicken.
Enjoy all of our blunders.
Never owned more than a quarter of an acre. So
never owned more than a cat or a dog.
nope. So yep, this is all new to us.
We are neighborhood suburb people, and now we're on a farm. So
Yep. So if we
should
can,
be interesting.
If we can do it, anybody can do it. But who's to say we can even do it yet? We don't even know if we can do it ourselves. So.
We'll see.
Yep, we'll see. We'll see you on
All
the next
right.
one.
See you guys later.